Okay, so today we are going to be looking at the Abyssinia resistance. We look at the causes, we look at the cause and the effects. So we look at the causes, the cause, and the effects. Now, you have to understand Abyssinia was is actually called Ethiopia today, but the name before World War II was Abyssinia. So the Abyssinia resistance actually was were resisting the Italians or the Italy people or military that came for campaign to colonize Abyssinia. So let's look at the origins of the war. What are the origins and causes of Abyssinia War? National context. In the early years of the century, both Ethiopia and Italy underwent significant political turmoil. The passing of Menelik II led to a political crisis, culminating in the rise of his grandson, Ledj Iyasu, amidst a climate of tensions. Since the mid 20th century, Ethiopia has entered a period of centralization and modernization. This process accelerated towards the end of the reign of Menelik II, 1889 to 1913. Now we are looking at the causes. Criticism of the conditions of succession, questions over religious policy, and antagonism towards neighboring colonial powers, Italy, France, and the United Kingdom, marked his reign of 3 years. It ended with a coup d'etat supported by the Ethiopian Orthodox Church and parts of the nobility. On 27 September 1916, Zeljutu I became the leader of the empire. Nevertheless, the sovereign had to deal with Tefiri Mekunen, future Haile Selassie I. The Ethiopian court of the 1920s was a sign of opposition between the so-called Conservative Party, represented by Zeltudu, and that of the Progressives, led by Teferi. The two personalities managed to coexist. Various reforms supported by the Progressives were adopted. They included the abolition of slavery, socio-economic modernization, and openness to the outside world, organized by the country's accession to the League of Nations in 1923. This process continued after 2nd April 1930, when Haile Selassie I came to power. However, these centralization efforts were to come up against the more aggressive the more aggressive of the Italians, particularly in the region of Ogaden, the province where the Wewai incident took place in 1934. Those are the causes of the Abyssinia resistance or revolution. Now, what is the cause of the Abyssinia resistance? What are the main things that actually led to it? Now, when we talk about the causes, we talk about what actually happened, why it came. When we talk about the cause, we talk about the main thing that was really responsible for that. The main cause behind the Abyssinian crisis was Mussolini's desire to subject Abyssinia to Italian rule. So Mussolini wanted to colonize Abyssinia, which today is Ethiopia. Okay, that was the main cause why they were able to resist or fight against this imperial rule. Now, Effects of the Abyssinia resistance. What are the effects? It directly undermined the credibility of the League of Nations and prompted fascist Italy to ally with Nazi Germany. So the cause of this is that uh, Italy was able to align with Germany because the League of Nations was very, very weak. It directly undermined the credibility of the League of Nations and prompted fascist Italy to ally with Nazi Germany. This crisis played a role in creating persistent unrest in Europe by solidifying two opposing factions. The Abyssinian crisis concluded in 1936 with Italy under Mussolini's leadership, disregarding the League of Nations and effectively annexing Abyssinia on May 9th of that year. This event showcased the League's ineffectiveness. So actually, it says that Italy colonized Abyssinia in 1936. The organization failed to uphold its commitment to collective security, unable to confront one of its most powerful members. The Abyssinian crisis, alongside the Manchurian crisis, demonstrated the League's reluctance to challenge nations intent on expanding their influence. These failures did not go unnoticed by leaders like Hitler, who recognized that the League would not oppose him. In November 1936, Hitler formalized the Rome-Berlin Axis, forging a partnership with Mussolini. Ultimately, the League of Nations proved to be a failure, leaving both Britain and France humiliated on the international stage, while also resulting in the loss of Italy as an ally against Hitler. So that is it. So on the effects is that, in summary, the League of Nations were able to lose Abyssinia, which is Ethiopia, and they were able to lose Italy, who was also an ally to Hitler. So that is it about the Abyssinian crisis and the Abyssinian resistance. So thank you guys for watching these teachings or these teachings of today. Yes. So if you are new to my channel, subscribe, because on this channel we talk about business, motivation, success. So thank you for watching. You can share this with other students so that they might benefit from this knowledge. Thank you.